Okay. I guess I should hit this, right? It's 5 o'clock.
Close enough. He's the chairman.
It's time to get started.
Hey, man.
Mr. Stewart, would you leave us in the invocation of the pledge?
Please stand and join us. Heavenly Father, again, we thank you for this opportunity to come and serve our community, Lord. We ask that you just bless us here tonight. Bless us with wisdom. We ask these things in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello, Regional Planning Council.
Well,
It'll take you longer to drive here than this meeting's going to last.
hopefully, unless you get long-winded. So first thing, we have the approval of the agenda. Any changes to the agenda?
I need to pull tab 11.
Do you have a conflict on it?
I do have a conflict, so I will not be voting on number 11.
Motion to approve the agenda is modified.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Tonight we'll have a couple of opportunities to state your opinion as citizens. You have citizens to be heard, and we also have, you can talk on any agenda item as it comes forward. If you want to talk on anything, please come up and see Miss Patty. Leave your name and number, and give your name and address when you speak to the group.
Robbie, you're the only citizen here, so he's talking to you.
Yeah.
Literally.
All right. We have any no awards and presentations?
Move approval of consent.
Oh, okay.
Move approval of consent.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have number 11 was poll.
Summer.
Yes, I'm sorry. Number 11 is a request for the board's approval for ship down payment assistance in the amount of $15,000.
Motion to approve.
Second. And for the record, my wife is the loan officer working with this citizen, so I will not be voting on this item.
Go the format.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes 4-0. General business.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. This agenda item requests board approval to purchase a Class 1 ambulance from Excellence Incorporated in the amount of $195,692.23. Approval to purchase a Stryker stretcher and loader in the amount of $35,643.30, and approval to dispose of ambulance unit number 101.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
Let me just say this. I said in our briefing today, if we didn't have 1 cent sales tax, we'd be dead in the water.
Yep.
And again, for the public, it
Very
really
important.
goes a long way otherwise we'd be hauling you guys around in a broken down ambulance or in the back of a pickup truck, I suppose, but this really goes a long way to
This is
help
what
us.
it's for.
Yes.
I don't think it would come to that, but we would
Yeah.
be in more financial difficulty. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0.
The next agenda item requests board approval of the purchase and sale agreements for the acquisition of properties on Lonnie Raker Road for right-of-way right-of-way expansion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to take great pleasure in making a motion to approve this. I've been working on it since before, or around time Mike got here. I think I did the survey in 96 or 97 on Edwin Brown. I don't live on this part of the road, by the way, for those wondering about that. I live on the paved part of Lonnie Raker. And the total purchase amount for the right-of-way is how much, David?
32.
$32,000. Motion to approve.
Second. For the wide away.
I can't say that many R's in one time.
Oh.
I just can't say that many R's.
Goodness.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0.
The next item this evening is a request for the board to select one member to serve in a vacant seat on the Code Enforcement Board
I
and
move for
adopt a
number 2.
resolution.
Who was that?
The second person listed there.
The law enforcement officer?
Yes.
Second. Nothing against the other people. Karen's the only other one I know on there, but
Any other discussion? All in favor?
all right.
Aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. And planning and zoning.
Mr. Chairman, the first item up in planning and zoning, and the only item, is an application for final plat FP 1803. This is for Stone Ridge subdivision. In accordance with Section 24.01 of the County Code, each commission member needs to disclose any contacts they have received from any interested parties regarding this application. Randy?
I talked to Mr. Miller earlier when he walked in the door.
Quincy?
I met Mr. Miller earlier when he walked in the door.
None.
A citizen talked to me about the property that was in opposition to it a while back, but that's it.
None.
If there's anyone here who's going to provide any information on this application, please stand up to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Good job, Robbie.
So let's at least describe it for us, Summer.
Okay, this application for final plat consists of a 12-lot residential subdivision located on the north side of Aaron Strickland Road on approximately 24 acres of land. This application is consistent with both the comp plan, the Crawfordville Town Plan, Land Development Code, and the approved preliminary plat, which was approved by the Planning Commission a couple months back.
And the final plat approval is only after all the required infrastructure has been put in. This is the final phase after all approvals,
That's correct.
and I don't think one has ever been denied.
And my only comment on this is it's a great place for higher density housing, and so if he wanted to
Too late for that.
go for that, I would be supportive. So, any other further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5.
Good job, Robbie, good job. Sometimes the no word is the best word.
No, always.
County Attorney.
Nothing this evening.
County Administrator?
Yes, Surf Road has been completed. The repairs on the Surf Road Otter Creek Rise Bridge have been completed. It's back open again. We have a little bit of sod to put down, and that'll be that. Masha Sands is currently the ramp and everything is tore up. That's under construction. So we'll be out till April, as I mentioned in the last meeting.
NERDA money, right?
NERDA money. At July, we're hoping to open the ramp earlier, if possible.
This is BP money that the
BP
state
money.
is administering
Yes.
on behalf, we're not even involved with
That's right.
construction.
That's right. Magnolia Gardens, the paving is ongoing. Hopefully they may have wrapped up today. I'm not sure whether they did the first lift on the remainder of Magnolia Gardens, but that was ongoing today. Also, the debris removal from the storm has been completed. So we've still got some stuff that's out in some of the woods and like in the refuge and other places that we've got to talk about getting up in the future. Right now we don't have we're just trying to get everything taken care of from that standpoint, but we will be addressing that in the future. Especially on Surf Road, there's quite a bit of debris there, and also at Shell Point. There's some stuff out in the marsh, but it's going to take some labor and us working with the state on a lot of these stuff and the federal government if and when they ever come back to work.
At our last planning council meeting, there was a bunch of talk about the cutoff, the firm cutoff date from FEMA is like January something, 20 something.
February.
Okay,
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
there's counties that are really in bad shape that have millions of tons of debris still to pick up. Are we gonna make that
Oh,
cutoff?
we're going to make that cutoff.
And they were concerned about picking up stuff out there.
Yeah,
They're in a jam.
We'll make that from a debris standpoint, yes.
Yeah, they're about halfway done and they're fixing to get cut off.
Yeah. I'm sure that there will be something, but other than that, as we mentioned, we were talking, Jessica and I were talking earlier about we'll be working on and bringing to you guys some possibilities on our agenda rolls out, and as far as the ADA is concerned, we're working on that issue. That's a big issue within the state of Florida right now, and it's a dollar issue as well. So we'll be hopefully resolving that here shortly. But other than that, that's all I've got.
Just a question. When does our Waste Pro contract expire?
2021. 21, I think.
21?
Yeah, we'll need to renegotiate that or
Okay.
do that or something. It's here soon.
I heard 2020, and so I just wanted to make sure, because...
It was in 11, and it was passed in 11, and it was a 10-year contract, so
contract.
yeah.
Okay.
Mike, you get to be around for that again. So do I. We were around the first time.
Okay. Any more citizens to be heard?
Rob?
Any county commissioner discussion items?
I'm going to float this idea again. We need a little bit of controversy, but obviously, everybody here but Robbie, I think, and maybe a couple consultants, is a county person that's either on overtime or on comp time. We had the meetings, one of the meetings at 2 o'clock before in the past. I'd like to revisit that if the board would be willing to do that. The meeting that's not planning and zoning, like this meeting, we had it at 2 o'clock. Nobody be on comp time or overtime. When we did have the one at 2 o'clock, people didn't seem to have a problem coming to it. The attendance was the same or more. And the only reason we switched it because Richard Harden had a conflict with his job. So we changed it back to 5 to accommodate Richard. But every other small county I know of, I know Jefferson County, they have one at 2 o'clock, right? And they have one later. And this is over the Appalachia regional area that she represents, so.
So one early, one late.
Yeah, just how Jefferson County does it. One at 2, that way that we're not paying comp time, overtime. The gentleman from the ambulance service could be here during business hours instead of after hours. And Patty's not on overtime or comp time to be here. And it worked great, I think, and the only problem was Richard's job conflict. So if you're willing to entertain it, I'll bring it back as an agenda item.
My only concern is that having something that's controversial at that time. And that's, if
Well-
everything is, if you're just doing your standard,
That's right.
consent agenda type things.
It could always be tabled, like they said. And I would certainly be willing to, if there is something controversial, like we're going to talk about feral cats or the paper plan over in Perry, then fine, we'll table it. But, I mean, there's no reason this meeting could have been held at 2. There's no reason most meetings that aren't P&Z could be held at 2 o'clock. It's just normal county business.
Yeah, your planning and zoning items would stay in your evening meeting, because there are some legal restrictions on those, and obviously, staff can certainly endeavor to not put controversial items on a day meeting. We're not always going to know, and so if sometimes things are controversial that we didn't expect, but those items could be tabled if the board wanted to do this.
And I think I'd be speaking for staff, but they'll nod their head. Didn't you like having the meetings at 2? Melissa? Summers?
I do plenty
Patty?
of night meetings. Daytime's good.
Huh?
I do plenty of night meetings. Daytime's good.
And I'm on a lot of committees, and we never meet at night. So if y'all want to talk about it, I'll bring it back.
Yeah, I would just want to make sure that, we made a standard policy. If somebody wanted to table something because they thought it was controversial, it automatically got tabled to the
Amen.
next meeting.
That'd make the day meeting even shorter.
Doesn't make the day meeting even shorter.
Mike, what do you think?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm sitting here, my mind's racing why it'd be a bad thing, but I don't think it would
Do you
be.
mind, since I'm been known to be a shade lazy, if I make a motion to have staff bring it back?
Not about a shade lazy, they're really lazy.
So I'll make a motion that we have staff bring back items to change.
How many people,
One
how
meeting.
many other staff thinks that Randy's lazy, do you head up and down? There you go.
That's my motion, to have staff bring back an item that we change one of the meetings to 2. If I can get a second.
Second. I'll second.
Can we move the night ones to 6?
No. If we're going to do that, no.
Because we had a lot of requests for that.
Well, we had David Damon request it. That was the only person that's ever said anything about it, ever. One person.
But now that you've said that, you'll hear it this next week.
Well, I said this once before, if we, huh? Everyone got mad. There's other times you can have a meeting when nobody's at work, if we want to do maximum inquiry. I think 5 o'clock, there seems to be no problem with people getting here if they need to.
Got a motion and a second.
Yeah.
Got to be unanimous, Chuck. If you don't want to do it, I'll have to bring it back.
Unanimous for them to bring it back.
Correct, bring it back.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 5-0. Lindsay?
I don't have anything to say.
I'm good.
Off the referee.
Okay.
Thanks, Jessica.
I don't have anything tonight, so.
To adjourn.
We're adjourned.
You won, Jessica.
Well, I was off too.
Robbie, that was a good meeting, wasn't it? Good job.
Good job.
Proud to serve.
Okay, let's talk about this.